my mailbox was graced with another mystery box for us to crack into and see what we can come up with. So let's do that. Welcome back. I am so excited. I always get excited whenever I see this in my mailbox because art supplies, number one, and number two, it just makes my brain go crazy with wondering what the heckin' we're gonna make. If you don't know, Scrawler Box is a monthly art subscription box that you can purchase. It has different prompts inside and different little challenges. It also features an artist. So an artist helped curate this box. Based on their work, we'll get an art print and we'll learn about them. And I love that. Artists supporting artists just makes me so very happy. So without further ado, let's crack into it, shall we? Let's see if I can get a clean pull. No. Don't know why I expected anything different. Oh, what is this? Okay, so we've got, before we, actually, you know what? We'll just do this. We'll just get it out of the box. And we don't need this anymore. Now, we have some art supplies in this little tiny little thing here. And we also have a scrawler zine that will tell us a little bit about the artist and what we're going to be messing with today and how to use them. I like to look at that last because I don't want to spoil myself. So what we'll do is look at the art print and learn about the artist. You ready? Oh my gosh, look at that hair. That looks so stinking cute. Who are you? Helen Jones is the artist. Let's see. That's so cool. She has a background in helping animals, and so all of her art is inspired by animals and nature and the outdoors. Here is her website if you are interested in checking her out. Very nice, very cute. That makes a little more sense as to why our Scrawler zine is very textury and furry. So let us go ahead and crack into it, shall we? Let's look at our loose stuff first. So, okay, so we have a pastel mat. Oh, you know what? I have zero experience with pastels, so we'll see how this goes, I guess. Okay, well, okay, now I'm getting a little excited because I do have experience with pencils. So maybe we have pastel pencils, which would be like the best of both worlds, right? Sandwich them together and you get something that you actually could maybe make something with. And now the fun bits. Tiny little sticker. I always love this little sticker. Hang on, I'm gonna bring you guys in a little bit. Okay, let's see what we're working with here. Oh yes, ooh, and a little caramel. That's so cute that it like matches the colors that came with it. Very nice. So, oh, and we can't forget our little sticker with the hair on there. I love that little man. What a little cutie. All right, so before we look at the good bits, we do have a Derwent pencil sharpener that is specifically for pastels and charcoal. And that's good because I don't have one of those. I don't know what makes it different, but I don't even know if we'll find out, I guess. Maybe it's just because, I don't know. Whatever. Okay, fine. And the main attraction, we have got, let's see, 6 pastel pencils. So that is exciting. And that makes me happy because I'm one of those people that I hate it when things get on my hands. That's why pastels, charcoals are really not my thing. But hey, if you coat it in wood, I think I can use them. They don't have color names on them, just numbers, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like very natural colors. So we've got like a brown, a reddish color, reddish purpley brown, I don't know, white, black, those will come in handy, I'm sure. A little bit of gray and yellow. I always love a little pop of yellow. It makes me so happy. Okay, let's get all of our little thingies out of the way. I'm half tempted to save this tissue paper because just like your grandmother, I am a hoarder of tissue paper. You never know when you're gonna need it, man. All right. Well, I guess let's open this up. Let's take a look here at our pastel mat and see what the difference is. Because like I said, I've never used pastels, so I don't know what to expect. I will say I'm pretty excited because it is Clairefontaine brand, and they are a brand that Scrawlrbox actually sent marker paper for in one of their boxes, and I still have it and I still use it. I think, oh yeah, there's only one sheet left because I have used this whole pad. I have high expectations for this one. Not that I know what to expect, but you know, here we go. Ooh, okay. It is a sandy color. I like that. They're really thick. They are slightly textured. I don't even know if you can even see that they have a texture, but they do. It kind of feels like very fine sandpaper, which makes sense because I know that pastels need to grab onto something. So very good. Let us check out what tips they might have. So it looks like they're really leaning into the outdoors, which makes total sense. Okay, here's a couple more of Helen's works. They're so pretty. I love that. This owl is unbelievable. That's absolutely gorgeous. We can mix them to get better colors. It says to use your finger. I wonder if I can use this. I have these smudgers, and so I don't know how bad it will tear these up, but I have them at my disposal, and if I don't have to use my fingies, I will do so. Oh, it also says you can use a cotton bud or tissue, so that's nice. They're erasable. Okay, pointers, let's see. Dark areas need a dark base and light areas need a white base. Use a midtone to build up a more realistic shadow and tone. Going straight in with dark might create a result that is too harsh. Avoid creating harsh lines until the very end. Well, that is going to be a hard thing for me to conquer. Sharp points, great for adding in delicate details. The blunt points are ideal for adding in your first sketches and filling in larger gaps of color. Okay, so we won't sharpen these yet, which is good that I read that because I was getting ready to sharpen these as sharp as I could get them, I guess. Rotate them as you work to use a fresh edge and protect the pencil. Okay, looks like whenever we sharpen them, we can keep this pigment, and you can, oh, they do have a warning here, if you can handle the texture. So we'll see how that goes. Great way of filling out large areas with soft colors. Very good. Okay. All right, so here is the warm-up. What's going on? Yeah, we might use that as our warm-up. Oh, there's also a little spread in here that shows you kind of her progress. So that kind of gives me a better idea of what I can do to sketch something on here. What that something is gonna be, I'm not quite sure. And another little fun thing is there is always a challenge that comes with the Scrawlrbox. Number one, to use only the things in the box, which I haven't done very well because I always use my own pencils or what have you. But in this case, I think the only thing I'm going to use outside of it is this, and that's only in place of my finger, so that doesn't really count, I don't think. But the drawing challenge I love to look at, and this one is Meadow Dwellers. So cute, which also makes sense with the hair. Okay, why did I put that away? I wanted to look at the warm-up. Excuse me, come back. Okay, recommend using 2 colors from the box. Make a border. Okay, I can do that. I don't want to use the same colors that they used though, so oh, we'll see. We'll find out. The more I read, the more messy I realize this is going to be. Okay, get out a little tiny ruler. It says to use a ruler, so I guess that's what I'll do. I think I'm gonna use the white. I use the white and the yellow. Would that be cute? Yeah, I want to do that. Okay, so it says to create random borders. So, oh, and it wants me to do a series of triangles. Okay, well, very good. Yeah, this really does not take a lot of pressure at all. You guys even see that? Maybe I should have pressed a little bit harder. Yeah, okay. Okay. Fill your page with a series of triangles. Start from a corner and make a big one, and then just go from there, I guess. Honestly, this whole thing is kind of fun because ever since we did the front of the sketchbook, I have been in a stained glass mood. So this kind of reminds me of that, to be completely honest with you, and I'm getting very happy. I want to use the white and see how that goes too. I love how pigmented these are. Ooh, It was squeaky. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna continue this white line all the way up, like through it. And so there's only one white line, but it's creating different triangles. I think that would be kind of fun. And that is not a triangle, so let's fix that. I'm just gonna go back through and break up a few. Okie dokie, and now I think I just get to doodle. It says just start at the top left and to protect everything by putting something down, but I think I'm just not gonna do that. I'm just gonna wing it. I don't want to get too influenced by their patterns, so I'm gonna close that and we're just gonna see what happens and what comes out of my brain. I will say it's very scratchy sounding, which checks out since it is scratchy paper. I guess I just didn't expect it to be that scratchy. Okay, well, doing those stripes reminds me, well, the stripes with like this little white thing up here, it reminds me of a bumblebee, and now I'm wondering if I should add black in here. Or we can just use that as inspiration for what we actually do make. So far, not a whole lot of dust collecting, so that's pretty good. It also said as a tip that you should use very light pressure because if you use too hard of pressure, it will basically wear down the tooth of the paper and it won't work as intended. So I'm really, really, really trying to keep that in mind. Oh, me spending way too much time on a warm-up? Yes. Hello. I can only think of so many different patterns. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be a pattern, but I would like for it to be. I'm kind of constraining myself to that, so let's just stop fighting it and just do whatever. And now this looks like a road, and I don't like that. The dotted white lines just really don't do anything for it. We'll just do a little zhuzhing, it's fine. Now this one looks like cheese. Fill these in white, will that be better? Yeah, I mean, sure. Okie dokie, here is what I came up with for our warm-up. I did end up trying to like blend some of the colors together just to see how they mixed. I think I have a pretty good idea of, well, not what I'm doing, but how to at least hobble through this prompt. And I also have been inspired by my little bumblebee fiasco. So I think I have an idea of what we're actually going to draw. Okay, I have an idea in mind, but ooh, also, you know what? We haven't swatched the other colors. Let me just do that real quick. Yep, as I expected, it looks about what I thought. And before we get started on what I want to draw, I am going to sketch it out and I will show you what I'm thinking about. Nice. I don't know if I want to do another border like our warm-up. I think that will make it look clean, but we'll see. So either border or no. I'm just going to go ahead and draw a secondary little rectangle. Secondary little rectangle here with no border. So we can check that out too, I guess. So what I want to do, make little honeycomb shapes as the background. Definitely will have to use my ruler for this because I want them to fit together pretty ding dang perfect. And since the challenge is meadow creatures, I mean, technically you can't tell me that a bee is not a meadow creature. So I was wanting to do like little bees. I can't decide if I want, I don't know, for them to be more cartoony. I'm just drawing the little black bodies because we know these are bees. Something like that, like little bees here and there. I just think that would be really cute. As far as colors go, I also don't know how many bees I want or where. I think it'll be better once I get the honeycomb actually down, and then I can make my decisions on how busy I want my bees to be. I'm not even going to entertain the no border because how cute would it be if we had a border and the bees were like crawling into it? So like they're kind of over the border. Yeah, that would be super cute. Now, as far as the colors go, I don't know if you know, but honey is kind of golden. So I was thinking that the background could be yellow, but I don't know if I want the combs to be yellow or the borders. Let me see something. I'm gonna take one of my paint markers and we'll do halfsies over here just to see what it looks like. Oh, we got to keep in mind the color of our paper though. That's pretty close, but I'll get the job done. Yep, I still think I like this side better. We'll paint the border of the honey cells. Is that what it's called? What is that called? Yeah, they are called cells. Nice. I knew something. Let's just draw a rough bee. My first time drawing an anatomical bee, so let's see what happens. Got a little body up here, and then a big old booty back here. They have like a little collar, it looks like. It's cute. Wings. I don't think I'm going to be able to get very detailed with the pastels, but I will put the little wing bits in here, the little details, or at least something that resembles it a little bit. And then they got these little arms, but they're like segmented, like they've got pool floaties on all of their sections. And then they got their little back legs that come out here. And then the collar is yellow. And then these little bits down here. And voila! There's a bee. With those ideas and studies in mind, I think it's time to actually do it. Okie dokie. What I do know is that I need to sharpen this now, and I'm gonna use my little dirty dish here to catch everything. And now I'm just gonna get my lines on here for our border, and then we can fill it in. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and make a hexagon, and then from there I'm gonna measure out all of like the lines where they should be so that it is perfect. We'll see how long I stick to that plan, but for now, that's the idea. I'll make each line about 2 centimeters. So each hexagon will be about 4 centimeters. Yeah, that sounds right. I think this first line is probably going to be the hardest, but you know, you got to start somewhere. I always get caught up with, I want everything to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, you know, but I want it. I think I finally got into a rhythm. Took me forever, but now that I have figured it out, I think it's a bit easier and we can just finish this little drawing process before we get to coloring. Now that this side is perfect, I kind of want to fix some of these in here. I also found this eraser, which would be so much better for our, you know, close proximity, detailed erasing. I did use it over here, and some of the graphite that was already on this eraser came off, so hopefully that won't take away too much. Now, as far as the bees go, I think I'm going to sketch it in a really light-handed gray where I want them to be, and get it? I'm also aware that what I drew was a bumblebee, but they're the cutest bees to me. One there crawling off the page, so that's perfect. I think we should do another one up here, coming from the other direction, maybe angled slightly. I'm also trying to keep in mind the size of the honeycomb that we drew. So these bees are gonna be pretty big. One here, but maybe this one isn't popping out of the border. Give it a little bit more, I don't know, make it more dynamic, I guess. And then we'll do just a full one right here. Ooh, maybe we can have one of them like flying in and the other ones are crawling on it. Let's see. Okay, we got to get their little collars on. Don't forget those. And I'm just gonna put little lines for legs right now so I don't forget them. That's a good flyer, I think. Looks like, based on my references, when they're just walking, their wings are kind of back like this. And their widow weggies. Those are really the only two that you'd be able to see, I guess. This one's gonna be a walker too. I mean, I guess all of these, the rest of these are going to be. Yeah, I think that's a good start. I think I'm gonna take the brown that we got and try to figure out the bodies, because I'm really afraid to go in with just black. Little soft stripes with the yellow. And then I'm just gonna color in the wings white so that I know that they're white. No, I'm just gonna color in very lightly just the first pass of the yellow border. And now I guess we just define the bees? For now. Next step, anyway, I think. And actually, I feel like the brown is perfect. I say that, but I haven't put black on here, so... What if we made the eyes black? And then maybe we can do a little bit of black. Oh, yeah, that works. Yeah, okay. Nice. Do the yellow collar next and see. I'm just gonna, you know what? We're just gonna color in this bee and see if I can figure out what the heck I'm supposed to be doing. So far, I think it's coming together. I had my doubts, but we constantly remind ourselves to trust the process. I think the only problem we're really going to run into is where the yellow of the bee touches the yellow of the honeycomb. Maybe we can employ our red just to make like a little soft border, you know? We'll see what happens. Also, whenever I was sharpening the yellow earlier, the pastel broke out of it. And so I did get my fingers a little dirty, but I have since washed my hands. I'm trying to get all the colors on there before I try to like smudge anything. I'm really fighting myself. I do find it interesting too how they layer on top of each other. It's kind of cool. I thought I wasn't going to really like it because I thought it was going to be kind of see-through, but it turns out I actually do. Wow. Stellar commentary. I'm gonna try to blend these a bit and see what happens. I'm just kind of experimenting, to be honest. I mean, that's kind of the whole point, right? Because you don't know what you like or what you excel at until you try. I don't know if I would say either of those things are true for this art supply, but I don't hate it. That has to count for something. Trying to keep an open mind and not keep myself pigeonholed to what I'm comfy with. And Scrawlrbox has really helped me with that, to be honest. I wonder, what if I sharpened my eraser and then tried to erase the wing lines into the wings? Do we think that will work? This is what I came up with. Okay, let's see what I can do. Okay, it's kind of working. And it's kind of showing what is underneath. And that is really cool because their wings are technically see-through. What do we think? Yeah, I think that worked perfectly, actually. Okay, I'll do the other side now. Okay, now that I've got it figured out how to do the bee, now I have 3 more to do. So I'm gonna do those in the exact same way, I think. I'm just gonna work on this. Excuse me. Bye. Did a little bit of work. I finished the bees and then I wanted to experiment with the honeycombs to make them pop a little bit more. And these two were what I came up with, these two down here. All I did was take my red and my brown pencils and I just went around the borders. And now I'm going to take my broken yellow one because it broke off again. But don't worry, I'm not getting my hands dirty. I'm using tweezers. And so I'm just gonna put some more yellow down so that whenever I blend it, it'll be hopefully a bit easier to blend. And to be completely honest and transparent, I am having a blast with these. They should be able to zhuzh out a bit easier, I hope. I think I zhuzhed all the bits. Would you guys like your antennas back? I can do that. I have the means. I smudged some of their feet too, so I'm gonna fix that. Everybody else intact? Okay, I'm gonna clean up this border really quick and then we will take a look at it all finished. Yee! Okie dokie artichokes! Here it is all done. Oh, actually, no, I lied. Hold on. Don't forget to sign your work. Here it is, all done, our little bees in our little honeycomb, inspired by our Scrawlrbox prompt. What was it? Meadow. Dang it. Meadow dwellers. Here are our meadow dwellers, and I think it turned out so stinking cute. And honestly, for my first time with pastels, I am not upset whatsoever. I really, really love how this turned out. I don't have really any complaints, but I always try to find something that I don't like just to kind of have something to work on, but I'm gonna be honest, I freaking crushed it. I love this. I love all of the details. I don't know if this is gonna go in my sketchbook or up on a wall. We'll find out. I do want to seal it somehow. Can I just use a spray sealant, or I'll have to look that up. Or if you know, you can let me know. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today while we opened our Scrawler box and come up with something just adorable. Something that makes me happy. It makes me think of summer and the warmer weather. Also, be kind to bees. We need them, and they're little sweeties. Okay, if you doodled along, please post your creations on social media and tag me. You can find me here on Instagram and here on Blue Sky. I would absolutely love to see anything that you create. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a whole bunch. And until I see you next week, don't forget to be kind to yourself and bees.